Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome to Leisure Gaming. Today I'm bringing you a deck that is a lot of fun to play in my opinion, especially against friends and on the ladder, and I don't see it played too often on that ladder. And the best thing about the deck, they're full of pirates. So let's jump right into it. That's right, I'm talking about the Plunder Patrol. These little guys are just absolutely fun to play with. I don't even think Goblin Slayer would have a problem with them. So let's go through the deck. I'm running 3 Max C's, the hand traps. We all know what they do already. Ash Blossom, we also know what she does. So now we're getting right into the Plunder Patrols. So in the Plunder Patrol, there are 3 cards that have pretty similar effects. Whitebeard, Redbeard, and Blackbeard, who we'll talk about a little bit later. Whitebeard states that during your opponent's turn, this is a quick effect, you can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as a monster that your opponent controls or in their graveyard. Then you will equip Whitebeard to that summoned monster. Now if this monster moves from the monster zone or your hand to the graveyard, you can activate the effect and special summon any Plunder Patrol monster except Whitebeard himself, and this is only done once per turn. Redbeard, like I said before, has a very similar effect. The first part is during your opponent's turn, which is a quick effect, you can special summon once again another Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck, and then equip this card to that summoned monster. Now here's the slight difference. When this card goes from the monster zone or the hand to the graveyard, you can target 1 Plunder Patrol monster you control except Redbeard and equip this card to it. Next we go on to Bluebeard. So Bluebeard states if you control a Plunder Patrol monster except Bluebeard himself, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the graveyard, you can discard 1 card and then draw 1. Next we have Golden Hair. You can send 1 Plunder Patrol monster card from your hand or face up on the field to the grave, special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you can discard 1 card and special summon it, but for the rest of the turn, you can only special summon Plunder Patrol monsters. Next, we're running Black Eyes. You can target 1 Plunder Patrol monster in your graveyard, except Black Eyes, special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, add that card to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon except Plunder Patrol monsters for the rest of the turn from the extra deck. If this card is sent from the hand or monster zone to the grave, you can target 1 Plunder Patrol monster card in your spell or trap zone and special summon it in defense. And then I'm running 2 Radiant Kaijus, pretty much for removal and for a specific card later on, which I'll talk about. But we all know the Kaijus. You can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's field in attack position by attributing 1 of their monsters. Then we go into the spells. We have the Raigeki to help with field clear, Monster Reborn to special summon monsters back from the graveyard. Next we're running 2 Pot of Desires, where you can banish 10 cards from the top of your deck. Face down, draw 2 cards. Next, we're running 1 Lightning Storm, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls, or destroy all spell and traps your opponent controls. We're running 1 Plunder Patrol Ships Shipping, which allows you to fusion summon 1 Fiend Fusion monster from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand or field as material. You can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 Plunder Patrol monster you control. Equip 1 Emblem Plunder Patrol or 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to that target. You can only use this effect once per turn. We're only running 1. You can probably put this at 2, but I think we're running it at 1 is just fine. We're running 1 Emblem Plunder Patrol. Now this card states that you can equip only to a Plunder Patrol monster, and it gains 500 attack. Also, your opponent cannot target it with card effects. You can then send the this equipped card, to the graveyard and special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck with the same attribute as a monster on the field or in the graveyard. Then take the monster that was equipped with this card and equip it to that special summoned monster. Next, we're running 3 Plunder Patrol Shipyard. Plunder Patrol monsters you control gain 500 attack for each Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone. You can only use 1 of the effects once per turn, and the first one is you can discard 1 card, add 1 Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand except Plunder Patrol Shipyard. And the other effect is if this card is in the graveyard, you can target 1 Plunder Patrol card in your spell and trap zone, set this card, and if you do, return that target back to your hand. We're running 2 MSTs where we target 1 spell or trap on the field and destroy that target. We're running 2 Infinite Imperms, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. Then if this card was set before activation and is on the field at resolution for the rest of the turn, all spell or traps in this column are negated. And then we're running 3 Plunder Patrol Booty, which is very important. That's why I have it at 3, especially since we're running pots. You can declare 1 attribute, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. It becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. Then you can take 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your graveyard and either shuffle it into deck or special summon it. Once per turn during the end phase, if you control no Plunder Patrols, then this card goes to the graveyard. We're running 2 Plunder Patrol Shit Lease. You can special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster card from your hand or face up, spell, and trap zone. When your opponent activates an effect, you can discard 1 Plunder Patrol card, negate the activation. If you do, destroy it. Then if this card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can add 1 Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. Next, we're running 1 White Aura Whale. When this card is synchro summoned, you can destroy all your opponent's attack position monsters. This card can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can banish 1 other water monster from your graveyard and special summon this card. And if you do, it is treated as a tutor. We're running 2 Plunder Patrol Ship Brand. All other fiend monsters you control gain 500 attack. You can discard 1 Plunder Patrol card, then target 1 spell or trap your opponent controls, banish it. Then you can add 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your deck to your hand. This is a quick effect if the card is equipped with a Plunder Patrol card. Of course, we're running 1 Adamantipator Risen. During your main phase, you can excavate the top 5 cards of your deck, and if you do, you can return cards your opponent controls up to the number of excavated rock monsters. Unfortunately, we're not using that first part of the effect. What we really want is the second part. When your opponent activates a spell or trap or effect while a water monster is in your graveyard, which will definitely be there, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. Of course, we have Totally Awesome, where it's 2 level 2 aqua monsters, but there's another way to bring that out. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 frog monster from your deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell or trap card or monster effect, you can send 1 aqua monster from your hand or face up on the field to the grave and negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card, then you can set that card to your field. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target 1 water monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Next, we're running 1 Bahamut Shark. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, special summon 1 rank 3 or lower water Xyz monster from your extra deck. This card cannot attack for the rest of the turn. And that is the effect that will allow us to bring out Totally Awesome. Next, we're running 2 Plunder Patrol Ship Morik. You can discard 1 Plunder Patrol card, then target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, banish it. Then you can add 1 Plunder Patrol spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Now this is a quick effect as long as a Plunder Patrol card is equipped to it. If a Plunder Patrol card you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach 1 material from this card instead. And we're running 1 Salaman Great. A lot of us already play this card. I'm not going to go into detail with this. Last, we're running 3 Blackbeard, the Plunder Patrol Captain. He has a very similar effect to Whitebeard and Redbeard, which states that you can target 1 effect monster you control and special summon 1 Plunder Patrol monster from your extra deck with the same attribute as your monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard. And if you do equip that target, then draw 1 card. The difference between Blackbeard and Whitebeard and Redbeard is that Whitebeard and Redbeard you have to do it on your opponent's turn. Blackbeard you can do it on your opponent's turn or your turn. So what are some of the basic combos with the deck? Well, the first involves Golden Hair as a 1-card play. You would summon Golden Hair, link Golden Hair off for a Salaman Great, use Golden Hair's ability where you will discard a card and bring her back to the field, so now you have 2, which will then allow you to link into Blackbeard Plunder Patrol. Now this is a great first turn or second turn move. I like doing this on the first turn. You can activate quick effect, use Plunder Patrol Captain, summon Lise, summon Braun, summon mower. Now that all depends on the attributes that are being played by your opponent. Dark, fire, and light. So if they don't have any of those elements that you're looking for, Plunder Patrol Booty is where this comes in really handy. You would activate this, once again declare the attribute, so you're looking really for, once again, light, fire, or dark, depending on what you need. And then you can summon, if you have a Plunder Patrol in your graveyard, you can summon that once you declare that type. Now the ones that you really want to bring back from your graveyard are going to be Redbeard, Whitebeard, and once again, Blackbeard. Those are the three that you definitely want to bring back. We have two tuners in the deck. One is Whitebeard, and the other is Goldenhair. Now depending on how you special summon them, you might end up locking yourself into only the Plunder Patrol monsters, so you have to be careful. The way you can get Aura White Whale and Adamancipator out is you'll summon Whitebeard, and then because of Bluebeard's ability, you'll be able to special summon Bluebeard. And then you can get into your Adamancipator first turn, or you can get into your Aura White Whale second turn. It just really depends on what you need at that point to clear the field. Now you can do the same thing with Goldenhair. You will summon Goldenhair, you can summon Bluebeard. Also, you can use the first part of Goldenhair's ability, which is you can discard a card from your hand or face up on the field and special summon it. By doing that, you don't lock yourself in yet. So you can special summon her, and then you can either normal summon the Redbeard, or you can normal summon Bluebeard. That does not lock you in. You can then go into an Adamancipator or White Whale, depending on which one you need more. Then you can special summon her from the grave, if you can, to the field. That's when you're now locked in to only Plunder Patrols, once you use that second part of her ability. Another combo, hand combo that you can do is using Goldenhair and Black Eyes. You would normal summon the Goldenhair, once again, link that off into a Salamon Great. Then you will use Black Eyes' ability to special summon itself, which will lock you into Plunder Patrol, but that's what we want anyway. And then you'll be able to get the Goldenhair from the grave back to your hand because of Black Eyes' ability. Now you have Salamon Great on the field, and you have Black Eyes on the field. Link those two to get Blackbeard, and now you can use Blackbeard to continue into another combo, either getting one of the three ships. At that point, now you have an extra Plunder Patrol monster in your hand where you can use as a quick effect for either of the ships. Now one of the key reasons to use Whitebeard as your main tuner is once this goes to the grave for either Adamancipator or your Aura Whale, you want to special summon Redbeard the Plunder Patrol. The reason for that is because, let's say you do Adamancipator first turn, right? You use Whitebeard, special summon Bluebeard, you go into Adamancipator. Whitebeard's effect says once it goes from your hand or field to the grave, you can then special summon any Plunder Patrol. You want Redbeard to be on your field at that point. Play it in defense mode if you want. Reason being is now once it's your opponent's turn, Redbeard's effect can kick in depending on the attribute that they have. Before they attack into Redbeard, and it's a fire, light, or dark type, you can now use Redbeard's ability and special summon either one of those ships. And now those ships have their quick effects, especially if you have a Plunder Patrol card in your hand. So for your Bahamut Shark and your Totally Awesome, all of the Plunder Patrols are 4 stars, so it doesn't matter which one you use. I prefer to try and use Whitebeard as much as possible, once again, because once I link him into a Bahamut and use Bahamut's ability, I'll send Whitebeard away, which will then allow me to get Redbeard special summon to the field. That then sets me up so that way next turn I can use Redbeard's ability and summon any of the ships once again. So what happens if you can't change your opponent's attributes because you don't have Plunder Patrol Booty in your hand? If you have Radian, the Kaiju, this works out just fine, right? You will summon Radian to your side, to your opponent's side of the field, and if you can get into Blackbeard, depending on what's in your hand, that'll get you right to Plunder Patrol ship mode. So that's the deck of the Plunder Patrols. These guys are a lot of fun to play. I hope you give them a shot. And if you liked the video, please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.